we'll start with the opening statement from Coach.
Really proud of our kids. I thought a really good team effort. I thought we got some really good play off the bench when we were in some foul trouble in the first half. That really helped us to save us for that second half with what we needed. We talked a lot about this being a little bit of a separation week in our league. And protecting our home court, and we just did great. We went 2-0, and UT Martin is a phenomenal team, and really, I know we struggled a little bit at the end, but I'm proud of our kids.
UT Martin, as you mentioned, very talented squad. You were able to get Anaya Brown into some foul trouble early, which was obviously big for the way that game sort of played out. I was curious, you don't want to make sort of attacking a key player on the other team your whole offense, right? But how aware are you of that? Are you talking about that in the huddle? Because then soon after she picked up the second and came back onto the floor, Brooke kind of went after her and got her to pick up the third, and then we didn't see her for a while, and it really, really affected the game with her out.
Yeah. We don't talk a lot about that because I'm going to tell you what, you talk about Shea Littleford, you talk about Kinley McCarn, who's one of the best guards in the league.
Good.
They have so many kids on their team that are good. And so, we really just want to take advantage of any mismatches that we have that we feel that we can convert on, but we really don't talk too much about it.
So, Coach, I've noticed the last 2 games at home, really the last 4 games at home, and even in Edwardsville last Saturday, it's more of a methodical Lindenwood approach. Is that kind of what you strive for, just that you're constantly wearing down the other team?
Yeah, I mean, if we could get back to where we press and those kind of things, I mean, I think that is more mental, wearing people down mentally and physically. We haven't done as much of that. But we really do. We try to move the ball a lot from side to side to get really good shots. I mean, we're shooting the heck out of it right now, and a lot of that's because we are moving the ball and making the defense make some decisions. I think this week it was clear that we had an advantage in the post with Justice and Gracie Kelsey and Mariah and them. So, people have to suck in a lot against that, or we're going to go to them and they're going to play some one-on-one stuff. So, again, I don't know if it's as methodical, but it does help when you can play deep too.
So, Makayla, exactly 25 fouls in the first half, exactly 25 fouls called on both teams combined in the second half. When you realize a game is going to be called that closely, and as aggressive as you are, what goes through your mind as you start to recognize that?
I don't really pay attention to the foul count as much. I just go aggressively. So when we know that, we just kind of put our hands up and just play how we normally play defense. We are told not to really worry about the refs and what they're going to call because sometimes we have to go up against the refs and the other team. So, that's just what we have to do. And we just continue playing.
Coach will go to bat for you. You just play basketball, right? Yeah. I thought it was interesting how your team was able to find, that stride in the third quarter.
Right.
They sort of switched it up. There was a lot more zone this week that you had to deal with at the offensive end than in weeks prior. But UT Martin came out and played it. They played a little man-to-man, and then they kind of switched it up on you. How did you adjust to that as the game went on, the kind of the flip-flopping and making sure you got good looks? Because consistently, for the most part, you were able to do so.
Right. So we kind of practice it in practice. A lot of times we go zone and then man. Our gold team, they push us and push the black team that's going to be in, or the point guards that's going to have to change it up. And we just have to communicate with our team anytime they switch to man or anytime they switch to zone. So it's just all about communication with the team.
And as you get moving here, 5-1 in the conference, best start in Division I by quite a while. How do you keep that momentum rolling? Because it is a gauntlet. It doesn't get any easier. There's you were one of 3 teams with only 1 conference loss. Eastern Illinois still undefeated. There's a lot of tough tests yet to come.
Yep.
How do you stay focused mentally at this part of the season?
I just think it's a full team. We just want to win. Our team is just so ready to win in the conference, win in before season, and we come to practice every day competing against each other to want to win. So it's just the focus that we have as a team to just get the win, and I just think that's how we go.
Coach, kind of talking about a little bit of Ellie Brueggemann, kind of she's obviously one of the bigger parts of three-point shooting. Did very well again this afternoon, but also had a couple of those kind of simple mistakes, fumbled the ball out of bounds, but then followed that up again with another big three to kind of get her back in that groove. Obviously, team's not just one player, but how big is it for you and the rest of the team to try and continue to keep her level-headed and continuing to try to avoid those mistakes?
first she's in the gym, and we talk a lot about as a team and as a program, like trust with a coach comes when you're consistent in practice, right? Offensively, defensively, effort-wise, all that kind of stuff. And she's one of our most consistent kids, whether it's talk, whether it's energy, whether it's offensive effort, whether it's defensive effort. She's just really consistent. So it allows her to be able to play through some of that stuff. We're asking her to shift to a point guard spot, which isn't her true spot, asking her to do a lot of that, and she's just facing it like a champion. And, that's not where we would like to play her, but she is handling it really, really well. So just proud of her. Everything that she does, she earns, plain and simple.
Correct.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Makayla.